How do you describe how camp has gone for you the first 2 weeks and how you feel like you're performing?
It's been going really well. I think the team continually is coming together. I love this team and love my brother, so I think it's going really well so far, and we're improving for sure.
What part of your game so far have you been happy with, and anything that you wish you would be doing better?
I've been extremely happy with my growth in my football IQ. I feel like I had a pretty good football IQ coming in, but it's grown even more so, and I've been extremely happy with that. What was the second part?
Just anything that you wish you'd be doing better so far?
Not necessarily I wish I was doing better, but just continually improving in all areas of my game and just continually being consistent.
Three-man competition, what's been the most difficult of this competition for you?
I wouldn't say there's been anything difficult. We're all just busting our tails and trying to help this team win. It's competition. That's all it is. It makes everyone better. So
If you could put a percentage on it or grade it in any way, what's the difference between kind of where the offense is from an installation perspective in the spring to where Coach DeBoer is pushing now? He said he's really starting to challenge you guys, throw things at you maybe you haven't seen before.
I think from spring to now, the offense has grown percentage-wise.
However you want to grade it. I mean, whatever makes sense.
I can just say it's much more smooth. Guys are much more comfortable. Now we're getting into the 400 level course instead of we're at the general idea. Now we're into more of the complex ideas, getting into, okay, here's what we're going to do in this situation on this play. It's just more complex now, and it's going really well. That's all I can say about that.
How tough was practice today? They were talking about, installing a lot of new concepts, and it seemed like the defense maybe had your number on a few plays. What was it like going through today's practice?
Today's practice, today we did have some new stuff in. Installation days are always extremely fun. I love it. We get the chance to take these plays from the QB room onto the field and get better and grow. So.
You had a deep ball touchdown almost.
Yeah. Yeah, we're hit and miss as a team, and I can do a better job on that play, and so can my boy, but we're in it together. So
Coach DeBoer talked about how there's things he's installing that he can acknowledge up front, maybe don't match up well with the way that you guys play defense, but you got to get through it. You got to have it installed so that when you need it for later, when you need it against a defense where it makes more sense, you don't have to kind of learn it all on the fly. Just how do you maybe make the most of a situation like that where you're dealing with stuff that doesn't necessarily match up, whether it's personnel-wise or schematically, to what you're doing defensively, but you want to make sure you get it down?
yeah, that makes sense. Our defense, some concepts don't match up against our defense. You're right, but I think that helps us grow in the areas of walking up to the line. We can check out of it, or we can check maybe just the route concept. We can check into something better, or we can leave it on and make the best of the situation. Maybe a back shoulder throw, maybe throw it away. It's really just making plays sometimes as well. I don't know if you guys were here for the scrimmage or what practice you guys are here for, but that's happened several times, and I'm proud of us in those situations.
How do you feel like you performed in the scrimmage?
In the scrimmage, I thought I did pretty well. Always room for improvement, though. Always room to grow.
Compared to where you were when you first got into the team and now where you are, at this point of a fall camp, and how much more comfortable are you being a vocal leader in terms of trying to be the starting quarterback for this team?
When I came in here in January, it's always tough adjusting sometimes to a new environment, a new team. But over the past couple months, I've really become fond of this team. They love me up. I've loved them up. Some of my brothers, my best friends now. I love them, so hopefully that answers it.
Seems like you were all the quarterbacks were kind of slapping hands with each other, even though it's a competition. It seems like you guys have maintained a pretty solid relationship.
We had a very high respect for each other. Those two, believe it or not, those two are my buddies, are my friends. But when we get on the field, it's competition. Doesn't mean we need to be scratching and clawing at each other. We're making each other better, and we want to make this team better and win.
With both guys having already been here, but having a new offensive coordinator, does that help put you on an even playing field with those guys because they all have to adapt to a new offensive coordinator?
Here and there, I believe, they've been here a little bit longer, so they know the environment. They know the guys a little more. I know that stuff, it all plays in, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. It's just about working hard for your team, to be doing the best you can, and competing.
All right, thanks, Jack.
Good job.
Thanks, Jack.